It's on. Okay. And we are on.
We
I
are?
am here. We are. We're live. We're live.
Because the opposite is not very favorable, is it?
Yeah. I that was funny. I said, "Are you ready to go live?" He said, "Better than going dead."
Right.
You're
Absolutely.
awesome. You're awesome. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you, my friend here, Lawrence
I'm so sorry
Biscontini.
for the listeners.
And I'm so pleased that for once it is your turn. Lawrence has been supporting everybody for 30 years. Lawrence is a pioneer in the fitness industry, and as he climbs, he pulls us behind him, and not behind him. He pushes us in front of him. He's that guy. So I thought I would introduce him with. He could provide me with a bio, with a text that he has written, and say, read that. But here's what I did. I asked Chat GPT, an artificial intelligence software, to tell me, what do you know about Lawrence Biscontini? So this is very interesting. So this AI intelligence is surfing through the whole World Wide Web, trying to find some super fun, interesting information about this guy. And I was so impressed. I have learned a lot by what this software pulled. So I'm going to read to you what ChatGPT said about this amazing icon in the industry, because we all look up to him, but we don't know half of what he's done. So Lawrence Biscontini is a well-known fitness industry expert, educator, and author. All true. He has over 30 years of experience in the industry and has received numerous awards for his contribution to the field. Biscontini is also a speaker, presenter, and consultant, working with organizations and individuals to promote health and wellness. All true so far, right? It's a computer generating that. Biscontini has authored several books, including Morning Cardio Workouts, Strength Training for Women, The Complete Idiot's Guide to Weight Training. And of course, today we're going to be talking about Mere Planet of Fitness Possibilities. He has also contributed to numerous publications, including Fitness Magazine, Shape, Women's Health. Biscontini has served as an educator and program developer for various fitness organizations, including American Council of Exercise, the National Academy of Sports Medicine, the Aerobic and Fitness Association of America. He has also served on the IDEA Health and Fitness Associations as in the Program Directors Committee. Biscontini is known for his innovative approaches to fitness and wellness, and he has been recognized for his contribution to the field with numerous awards. He's the one that has the most awards in the fitness industry. I'm just adding this now. I'm going back to ChatGPT, saying including the IDEA Program Director of the Year Award and the Inner IDEA Inspiration Award. And he's also a member of the Fitness Hall of Fame. Overall, Lawrence Biscontini is a highly respected and accomplished figure in the fitness industry, known for his expertise, innovative approaches, and dedication to promoting health and wellness. Isn't that impressive? Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Lawrence Biscontini. Big
You
round
are
of
so
applause.
kind. You can pronounce my first name and last name anytime you want. You do that absolutely perfectly. And that we're friends is the most important thing that I would love to have read next to my name. None of those things really seems to be descriptive of me. And I'm not sure I knew about this chat GPX, whatever, although I
GPT.
will. Sure, I will tell you that not every one of those facts pertains to me. Although, thank you very much. I really love that introduction.
Yeah, also added that he's best friend with Oprah, and yeah.
Best friend, sure. She doesn't know I exist. No, 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 no. That was a one month collaborative exchange 100 years ago, but nothing ever came of it.
You are absolutely awesome. So we're going to dig into your book. This is really cool because you were kind enough to promote my book last week, and this week I thought, you know what? I just read your book, and I was so into it, laughing, and at the same time I was like, oh, this is one of my biggest pet peeve. Oh my gosh, she's so right. This is so true. Oh my. It's like your your book is about anybody that is in the fitness industry is Shiva, which is you will find out she's the hero of the book. But we are all her, and it's such an amazing book. So let's start with the first question of the interview. Something about you that we would never find out by reading your book bio. Tell us something about you that we would never find out.
As a teologist, I grow my own tea. I ferment it in the sun. I have a little machine that makes bags and seals them. And I travel many times with my own blends of herbal, green, black blends, and detox teas.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I would not know about you, a teologist. Nice. Nice. Okay, when we see each other at CamFit Pro, I'm going to ask you to bring me a little bag of tea so that I can make a tea in my room. Is that you have made? Yeah? Can you do
No,
that? You
and
can?
here's why. Because crossing border, I cannot travel with glow
Can't.
sticks. I can't
Right.
travel with food products. And
That's
even
right.
that I bring biscuits food because his meals do not change becomes an issue of sourcing and carrying. And the stories I've told to border crossing immigration officers on both sides over the years, I get so nervous. So to promise you, I'm going to bring bags of herbs in my
No,
carry-on
not
or
gonna
checked
happen.
luggage.
Nah. Okay, I'm coming to Mykonos or Puerto Rico. How's that?
Done. Done deal. I
Because
would love that.
Lawrence Biscontini, ladies and gentlemen, is a citizen of the world. He lives around the world. He teaches in four languages, right? What is that?
Three islands, three islands, three
English,
islands,
Spanish, Greek, and
Italian,
this
and a little bit of English.
Italian. A little bit of English. All right, so tell us your elevator pitch. What's your takeaway about why we need your book?
Anyone involved in making money in the business of fitness needs to know this backstory. And I love that the newbies will get to know the mistakes not to make in the industry and the secrets of behind the scenes. And my peers and colleagues will love knowing the audacity of someone who actually wrote their story when oftentimes we don't have the courage to tell it.
That's so awesome, so awesome. And you are right that there's so much information, and I bring myself back 30 years ago when I started in the fitness industry, and I wish I had read your book then, because there's so many things that if you're prepared for it, then you know that that's the way it goes, and it's like you've made all the mistakes in advance for us not to have to make them. So I do recommend that to anyone who is in the fitness industry that has not been there for 30 years, read that book, because you will learn a lot of things that could prevent for you to get some frustration and challenges. Now, why is that topic timely for us now?
We're coming out of a pandemic, and we realize only now more than ever by necessity and personal experience that old keys cannot open new doors. And whether people are new to the fitness industry because during the pandemic they thought, I want to do that, or they are evolving in the fitness industry because they realize I have to evolve that, my book will explain where we are now with not only a new mindset, but a new international playing field of what is the difference between in-person for 2023 and moving forward and virtual 2023 moving forward, and this new world called hybrid. You gotta know the behind the secrets, because if you don't, you're trying to figure it out alone. And if you do want to get certified, how kudos and ethical to you, because most countries and clubs won't even require it. You're not going to learn the business of fitness. And my book fills that need.
Exactly. And that's one thing that I really like about your book is it's not about bicep curls and muscles and fascia tissue, and it's about the business of fitness, which is very different, because we have a lot of experts in the fitness industry that can't make it because they can't afford it, because they don't have a business. they're really good at what they do. They're experts, but they don't know the business of fitness, and they won't survive. And that's why you have such a big following and a community that follows you, because you teach business of fitness and not just fitness.
Thank you, Natalie. But that's what drew me to you when I first met you. We're talking about you have a latest book, Think Yourself Courageous, and Think Yourself Confident, and Think Yourself to sleep better and interact better, just live better. It's by no means your first book. What drew me to you all those years ago were your first books of speaking what I knew, which was how you have to have a database, and how you have to reach out through email, and how you have to say please and thank you, and how you have to build a network. None of that is about biceps and fascia, but all of that is about getting people to buy into your goods and services because they have to like, know, and trust you. You've got all those books. Let me remind all of our listeners, and I say this with goosebumps, that we can tend to be a little oversaturated when we hear that someone has something new. And when we hear that Nathalie has another book, it's easy to say, yet another one. However, your first books put us with our finger on the pulse of what it takes to make money in fitness. And now your books transcend business of fitness to all humanity. Everyone needs confidence, and Think Yourself Confidence gives us tools and hacks to stay on top of whatever we're going to do, including pass through the checkout counter at the grocery store. Could be a future client, right? Because when you seem confident, you get into people to buy into your services, and which is fabulous. So thank you for speaking the same kind of message. That's why we're kindred spirits, because we don't just do the biceps and fascia.
Exactly, and that's probably where we align so much. Just in your book, is there something about the power of people being expert, but if they are in their emotion, which is one thing that I speak a lot on, they're not going to be very good at what they do. And don't you give an example of, would you get a brain surgery from a surgeon that just signed his divorce paper? And I thought, this is brilliant, such a good example, because it's about a person is not their expertise. There's so many more factors that influence how they will be performing what they're supposed to be doing. And I thought, this is, I don't know that I would like my dentist to do a brain surgery on me, it was a dentist doing a root canal, I think you were saying in your book. Anyway,
right.
I thought
Thank you, Nathalie,
brilliant.
for reading, and thanks for remembering those examples. There's always a backstory, and those examples give us the backstory of compassion, and also, as you said, about credentials, and also about preparation.
Mm-hmm. So let's say that, did you see what Lawrence just did here? I'm giving him a compliment, and I'm telling him that is an awesome kick-ass businessman. And he sends it back to me because that's what he does. He just lift up everybody else. Today is not about me. It's about you, my friend. So
it's true, though, that I can say
very modest.
You have books that I love, and I think it's important to know, because I don't have as many as you, and it's so easy for people to say, oh, she has yet another one in her book. Your books become more and more level for more and more people, whereas they started, I think, very, very specific. Mm-hmm. Now they're about all humanity, and who doesn't need your books? And you've educated yourself in many more levels that I'm very curious to see what's going to be next.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Now let's pretend that you are not modest for a second, because you're very modest. You keep lifting up, like me in this case. We're talking about you. We throw modesty aside. Remind us. Let's pretend that it's just you and I here, and you say, "You damn right, I'm awesome." Why are you an expert and you're most qualified to speak on this topic?
Nathalie, I can answer because I've read sections of Think Yourself Confident. And therefore I can say, as a bullied, overfat kid growing up for 8 years of Catholic school, from being bullied in schoolyards to even during classroom times, I've had, even in high school then, not only the children, but teachers like phys ed and gym and recess bully me by saying that I needed doctors' excuses and parents' excuses to not play the games because I would only be bringing the teams down and always be chosen last in school. For all those reasons, that in fitness and movement and wellness and health, that I was always banded and branded as the L for loser, not just L for Lawrence. I went on to win every fitness award in the international community. And I think that's a fact. It's not being not modest. And I had to do it my way through the system's way. And I think it's important to hear a story about someone who says, I'm not going to be sponsored. I'm going to do it my way and find the people that will hire me at my message and then accept subsequently sponsorship from some companies and find out what it means to be sponsored ethically and unethically and supported and paid and respected, how to do that in far off lands from your home demographic, how the inner workings of the fitness industry are not always let's play together cooperatively and bring and lift each other up in a highly competitive, personality-driven environment, and the toxic world of leaving school bullying for understanding how conventions work, which is popularity of evaluations and people rating you based on a number of 1 to 10 with toxic comments that get published internally and for some horrible organizations externally. That's why I'm qualified to write this book, because I don't accept that anymore. I present and work and collaborate and consult only for the ethical people and under my terms. And for the new people to know what's come before, you read the book and learn. And for the people who are colleagues to say, he had the gumption, or whatever word you want to insert there, body part, to write a book that told our story too, that's why you need to read this book. Award winner in fitness when I was never destined to have any success in fitness is pretty much a paradox.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because not only, of course, you're qualified, you have lived your book, because, you know, it is a self-help book, but it is a novel at the same time. You get
Correct.
hooked in the story. I love how it's written as a novel. I was not expecting getting hooked and loving the character, and I miss her now, because when you finish
Nathalie.
a Netflix series and you miss the characters. You know what I mean?
Shiva is my shiro, or hero that starts with the pronoun she, who is diabetic and overfat and lesbian and doesn't fit into the fitness world. It is a fictional account of her learnings of the fitness industry on her planet, Mir, far, far away. However, coincidentally, of course, Nathalie, there may be some things that we humans on Earth could learn from her fictional account of her fictional experiences.
I love how you say fictional, because it is the way to be able to say everything that you say in your book, because it's like, oh, he dared. Sometimes I was reading, I'm like, my gosh, he dared saying it. What everybody's thinking, you're at that stage in your career, you're in the Hall of Fame, like you've achieved, you've arrived. There's no politics about being correct, or it's like unapologetically you can say things like they are, and that's what I like about this book. What is the part of your book?
Nathalie, I just want to say that RuPaul, whom I love to follow as sort of a role figure for mentoring others in quite a different profession, although there may be similarities between drag and fitness. I know, who knew? RuPaul says, what other people think of you is none of your business. And I really internalized that just during the pandemic and moving forward. And think about that. It's easy to say, what other people think of me is none of my business. Do we care what other people think of us? And in fitness, do we not get work based on evaluations, which are a direct reflection of what other people think of us? What if there were a world, oh, I don't know, on a planet Mir that actually said to people, we're going to put together a learning, which on planet Earth might be called a convention, and then say, you trust us for hiring the best of the best. And we may ask you after the event to provide what you thought about the food choices and what you thought about the hotel and what you thought in general about the selection of disciplines offered, but never to pick apart or rate one presenter against another presenter. Or you're really going to end up comparing apples to giraffes, and that's not fair to the apples or the animals.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in all the parts of the book, what is one part that you're really proud to talk about?
Thank you for asking that, Nathalie, about parts instead of chapters, because they are parts. I love and really believe that part 13 stands up on its own, because every chapter, every part concludes with Shiva learned by watching people's actions and words. Actions first, right? Because many people say stuff but do completely different things. I want to lose weight, and then they're 5 pounds heavier or under or whatever. Look at actions, listen to words. And part 13 is 15 of the most common actions in our industry that can help us grow if we learn them and either replicate them or avoid them. And 15 things in our words where we really can propel and fast track our career if we learn them and emulate them or avoid them.
I love that. I love the this section on cueing as well. Was it in that part 13? All the cueing, or yeah, because that's one of I laughed so much in that section because you bring all the bad cueing that every fitness instructor would say, march it. Or like, there's so many mistakes that we would say, and this is one thing that I'm very passionate about. I actually do have also a whole session that I teach about cueing, and I have the ultimate cueing guide for fitness professionals. So when I was reading this section, I was like devouring because I'm like, this is so awesome. So
thank you for that, Nathalie. I've attended that section with you, and I love that session that you did in a condensed version at a CamFit Pro. I think it was in person too, and not virtual. I will say just the word "it," for example, has gotten through fitness and never learned to transition, except for the savvy few. March it out, take it from the top. Let's take it to the floor, take it back, take it front, take it up. Let's turn it down. Let's turn it out. Let's finish it. What the F is it? And if we could specify it, pun intended, or just use less words. What's the difference between march it out and march? How much more compelling?
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But there's so many more examples. That's one of them. Now let's just make sure that everybody knows where to get that book, because now everybody is like, oh, where do I get Mere Planet of Fitness? And I'm going to ask you to tell us, where is your favorite place for us to get it? Because of course we could go buy it on a platform where you would get 22 cents for us to buy this book, or where would you like us to buy it so that actually the author gets the, not that we're waiting for this, but where would you like us to go to buy your book?
Thank you for asking that way, Nathalie, because it's a wonderful question. I am on Amazon and anywhere except Amazon, because that doesn't give me anything for myself or to send the proceeds that I send to my charity of choice, which is the Sisters of St. Joseph, which houses some of the nuns who are still alive, who used to teach me back in the last century. FindLawrence.com. It's on my jacket for the entire call we're doing. Click on buy or shop, and then you'll see all the options for my book. You can listen to me. You can read me in a few seconds if you download my PDF, or I can sign and snail mail a book to you, or you can prepay and then I'll bring you the PDF to your inbox immediately. and bring to you at a convention during the season a signed copy in person. So on site, no monies have to exchange because you've already paid for it. And then it's okay. Not all conventions are open-minded to presenters selling on site their products. If you've already purchased something, I can bring you a signed copy and give it to you over drinks in any hotel lobby bar without breaking any laws. I'm not stupid.
This is perfect. This is perfect. So you're coming to, because people on my following anyway, where I'm posting this, are in Canada mostly, and you're going to be coming to Canada in August. Otherwise, internationally, where are you going to be? Tell us.
For
Where are you?
2023, I'm contracted for ICAA, the International Council of Active Aging, in Anaheim in October around Halloween. Before that, in October, I put together and helped consult for and programming advisory board member of the AFC convention, Asia Fitness Convention in Bangkok. And I
In
will be
Bangkok.
there emceeing and presenting this year. Then the World Fitness Idea in LA in July in California. And then CanFit Pro's big 30th bash, whether I get contracted to present or not, I couldn't miss that. I'll have to be there.
Yes. So in August, you're in Canada. Awesome.
And
And
DCAC in Washington, D.C., which is a smaller convention made and run by people with lots of ethics and love. And that's the first weekend in August.
wow, you're busy. This is
Just
brilliant.
five. Just five. But after 2 years, right? And hybrid, it feels like, wow, Biscuit and I on the road. But when you got a book, you got to talk about it.
Yeah.
As
And
you know.
Biscuit is Lauren's dog,
Yes. Yes.
and best friend probably, also at the
Absolutely.
same time.
Family,
Yeah,
family, son.
family. Yeah, exactly. So, anything else you would like to tell people, that is, if there's something else that you would like to bring forward, um, you've got the last word. I would like to give that to you. So whatever is one more thing that you'd like to say, doors are open.
It's horrible for me to do, but I'll say three more things, even though you're giving me the opportunity for one. Number one, gratitude to you. Thank you for saying, Lawrence, I'd love you to talk about your book on my socials, and we'll record it. That's just so lovely that very few are the people who realize that when a candle lights another candle, it keeps and makes its purpose. We all have this sort of fear and lack mentality in fitness, I find. You are always saying, how can I bring others up? And thank you for that. Number two, for my book, if you don't want to buy the book at findlawrence.com, just send me a message, findlawrence.com, on any social except for Pinterest, on any social, and I'll send you the first chapter free. And if you're in fitness and that doesn't link you or hook you or whet your appetite, I'll still probably send you the book to prove you're wrong. And number three, remember, my friends, that whatever you do on this planet, in our fitness or wellness or any profession, if you do it from your own inner calling, remember, you are enough.
Ah, yes, you are enough. Those three words. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lawrence. I have to say, I always learn from you. I always have so much fun with you. I'm so inspired. And I'm so excited to seeing you in person. We've known each other for 3 years and we have never seen each other in person. So I'm very excited about that. And I will see you in August. And in the meantime, everyone, go get the book and devour it like I did.
Thank you. Thank you.